Welcome to Have You Read It? The channel where we bring books to life, one summary at a time. Today, we're exploring Henry Kissinger's Leadership, 6 Studies in World Strategy. This book isn't just a dry recounting of historical events. It's a deep exploration of leadership through the lens of 6 extraordinary figures who navigated the turbulent waters of the 20th century. Kissinger, drawing on his unparalleled experience as a statesman, scholar, and advisor to presidents, offers us a masterclass in statecraft, analyzing the decisions, motivations, and legacies of Konrad Adenauer, Charles de Gaulle, Richard Nixon, Anwar Sadat, Lee Kuan Yew, and Margaret Thatcher. Kissinger explores the essence of leadership. He argues that effective leaders operate within 2 crucial axes: the interplay between the past and the future, and the delicate balance between a society's enduring values and its aspirations. He emphasizes the need for leaders to be not just managers of the present, but also architects of the future. They must analyze their society's history, understand its strengths and weaknesses, and possess the courage to chart a course toward a better future. A key element in this process is what Kissinger calls strategy, which involves making crucial choices under conditions of scarcity, time pressure, competition, and uncertainty. The leader must be like a tightrope walker, carefully balancing ambition and caution. Kissinger introduces 2 ideal types of leaders: the statesman and the prophet. The statesman prioritizes the preservation of society by skillfully managing circumstances. They understand the limits of power and the importance of incremental progress. The prophet, on the other hand, operates from a vision of what must be, often seeking to transform society through radical change. While distinct, these categories are not mutually exclusive. Great leaders often blend elements of both. Kissinger notes that the 6 leaders he profiles largely operate in the statesman mode, albeit with occasional forays into the prophetic. The backdrop for these leadership studies is the tumultuous Second 30 Years' War, encompassing the 2 world wars and the interwar period. Kissinger underscores how this era of upheaval shattered the established world order and left a legacy of destruction, disillusionment, and ideological conflict. It is against this backdrop that the 6 leaders emerged, each shaped by their experiences of war and revolution, each tasked with rebuilding their nations and contributing to a new international order. Konrad Adenauer, the first Chancellor of West Germany, exemplifies the strategy of humility. Having witnessed Germany's destructive quest for dominance under Hitler, Adenauer chose a radically different path. He accepted the consequences of defeat, including the partition of Germany, and sought to rebuild his nation by confessing its past sins and earning the trust of its former enemies. His leadership was instrumental in anchoring West Germany within the Western Alliance and laying the foundations for a unified Europe. Kissinger emphasizes Adenauer's commitment to democratic principles, his focus on reconciliation with France, and his moral courage in confronting Germany's Nazi past, including through reparations to the Jewish people. Adenauer's strategy of humility, Kissinger argues, ultimately enabled Germany to regain its international standing and become a trusted partner in the post-war world. Charles de Gaulle, a towering figure in French history, embodied the strategy of will. Kissinger portrays de Gaulle as a visionary leader who sought to restore France's grandeur after its humiliating defeat in World War II. He established the Fifth Republic, navigated the Algerian crisis, and pursued an independent foreign policy, often clashing with the United States and advocating for a stronger, more autonomous Europe. Kissinger highlights de Gaulle's unwavering belief in French exceptionalism, his complex relationship with the United States, and his emphasis on national sovereignty. Kissinger compares de Gaulle with Churchill, noting their shared analytical skills and historical awareness, but also their different styles of leadership. While Churchill embodied the British tradition of collective leadership, de Gaulle's leadership was a more singular phenomenon, driven by his personal vision and force of will. Richard Nixon, a deeply controversial figure, pursued a strategy of equilibrium. Kissinger, having served as Nixon's national security advisor and Secretary of State, offers a unique perspective on his leadership, emphasizing Nixon's geopolitical approach, his emphasis on national interest, and his willingness to engage with adversaries through diplomacy. Kissinger discusses Nixon's opening to China, his negotiations with the Soviet Union on arms control, and his efforts to end the Vietnam War. Kissinger also addresses Nixon's complicated personality, his insecurities, and his tendency towards secrecy, acknowledging their impact on his presidency while also highlighting his significant foreign policy achievements. Anwar Sadat, the Egyptian president who made peace with Israel, exemplified the strategy of transcendence. Kissinger portrays Sadat as a visionary leader who defied conventional wisdom and the entrenched hostility of the Arab world to pursue a historic reconciliation with Israel. Kissinger discusses Sadat's disillusionment with the Soviet Union, his expulsion of Soviet advisors from Egypt, and his dramatic journey to Jerusalem. He emphasizes Sadat's courage in breaking with the past, his commitment to a step-by-step peace process, and his ultimate goal of a comprehensive peace in the Middle East. Kissinger also reflects on Sadat's assassination, a tragic reminder of the risks and sacrifices involved in pursuing peace in a deeply divided region. Lee Kuan Yew, the founding father of Singapore, pursued a strategy of excellence. Kissinger describes Lee's remarkable achievement in transforming Singapore from a small, impoverished island nation into a prosperous, technologically advanced society. He highlights Lee's emphasis on education, his pragmatic approach to economic development, and his unwavering commitment to meritocracy. Kissinger also discusses Lee's complex relationship with China, his admiration for the United States, and his concern about the future of world order in a multipolar world. Margaret Thatcher, the transformative British Prime Minister, embodied the strategy of conviction. Kissinger portrays Thatcher as a leader of unwavering principle and determination, who revitalized the British economy, confronted trade union power, and played a significant role in the ending of the Cold War. He discusses Thatcher's close relationship with Ronald Reagan, her skepticism about European integration, and her unwavering defense of British sovereignty, including during the Falklands War. Kissinger also reflects on Thatcher's complex legacy, her divisiveness, and the lasting impact of her reforms on British society. Kissinger concludes leadership by reflecting on the evolution of leadership itself. He notes the shift from aristocratic to meritocratic leadership, highlighting the benefits of meritocracy in opening up opportunities for talent and expanding the scope of social creativity. He also warns, however, about the potential downsides of meritocracy, including the risk of elitism, the erosion of civic virtue, and the declining prestige of public service. He emphasizes the importance of a broad humanistic education in forming future leaders and stresses the need for leaders to cultivate the qualities of character and intellect necessary to navigate the complexities of a rapidly changing world. In the decades since Kissinger's initial conversations with these 6 leaders, the world has been transformed yet again. The rise of China, the resurgence of great power rivalry, the technological revolution, and the spread of weapons of mass destruction have all created new challenges for statecraft. Kissinger's analysis of leadership, however, remains as relevant as ever. His insights into the interplay of character, strategy, and circumstance offer a timeless framework for understanding how leaders can shape history, and how history can shape them. Kissinger ends the book with the following insights. Character is crucial. While intellect and analytical skills are important, it is character, including courage, integrity, and a commitment to public service, that enables leaders to make difficult choices, inspire their people, and leave a lasting legacy. Strategy matters. Leaders must be able to analyze their society's strengths and weaknesses, anticipate future challenges, and develop a coherent strategy for achieving their goals. History is a guide, not a script. Leaders must learn from the past, but they must also be willing to adapt to new circumstances and forge their own path. Vision is essential. Great leaders possess a clear vision of the future and the courage to pursue it, even in the face of adversity. They are not content simply to manage the present, They strive to shape a better future. Thanks for watching. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you never miss our next book exploration.